Welcome to today's video. I am the Dollar Bin Diver, and as my name suggests, I hunt comic books from dollar bins, 50-cent bins, and really any kind of discount bin. Today is a little different. I will be showing off another haul of comics from some Facebook Live claim sales. So I have some awesome Captain America books that I look forward to showing you. So today I'm going to change it up a little bit though. I'm actually going to mention my whiskey of choice first, which today will be the Elijah Craig Small Batch, 94 proof, the father of bourbon. So I actually want to do a small pour. Just a sample and sip on perhaps while I do this video. So I'll leave it in front actually for a moment. Nice caramel looking caramel color there. Some nice notes. And honestly, fairly smooth for a 94 proof. So I just want to change things up a little bit and perhaps make it a little more fun during the video. So the comics that I plan on showing off to start, here is Iron Man issue 188. One brother Grimm is weird. Two of them are impossible. Alright, so moving on to the New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis. This is issue number 1 from volume 1. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I am a completionist and I have a good chunk of a run completed and put together before I start reading it. So for me, this was one of my favorite finds on that claimed sale. I believe most of these books I was able to get in bundles or for really fair prices. Maybe not necessarily 50 cents a book, but they were closer to $1 than you would imagine. So this was a great find for me. I have a good chunk of both volumes by Bendis collected, and now I will start reading it consecutively. Keeping with Avengers, here is their Milestone, double-sized anniversary issue number 200. I don't really know much about the story here, but this was just a Milestone book. It was a missing gap, a missing area in my run from the 180s to the 210s, I believe. Okay, so moving on. The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue 396, side by side with the Daredevil. There's a small chance I have this one or one of the other in that area with a Daredevil cover. And as these guys are a lot of times, they package their second book that was in that lot in the same pack. So here is the Marvel Holiday Special from 1994, of course with Spidey on the front. So moving on, here is the Saga of the Submariner, issue number 11 in that 12-issue run, The Coming of Namorita. I have several in that run. I believe I'm still missing issue 1 and a couple others in the beginning. This maybe completes the second half of that run for me. Keeping with the theme of Namor, I believe these two were in a lot together. Here is the Avengers, issue number 270, of course with that cover of Namor. Avengers, yes. Submariner, no. I have a good chunk of comics in this area, but I don't have enough consecutive to start reading. Perhaps this fills in a gap so I can add it to my soon-to-read list. Next up here is Moon Knight. I believe this is from the McKay run. This is issue number 8, and it is the X-Gwen variant. I do believe I paid less than cover price for this, even with it being a variant. I was able to grab it in a lot from that live sale. I believe it somehow came with this Far Cry, Esperanza's Tears. I have played some of the video games. I do not know much about the comic itself, though. Maybe I'll jump in there and give it a look. This is issue 3, but I do not plan on collecting these unless I just really happen to like what I find. Moving on, and moving closer to the end where my favorite books are. This is, though, FF by Matt Fraction. This is issue number 1. I believe I've already collected issues, 2 through 5 or 6. So this can now be added to my reading list, which I'm excited about. Okay, and here is, moving on, XMen Legacy, number 1. I do not know anything about this run yet. I do see, I believe it's Legion there on the cover. And it also came in a lot with issue number 2. And I believe in that same lot came Savage Wolverine issue number 2 by Cho. I know I have issue number 1 already, so I was like, why not? In that lot, less than $1 per comic. Let's get a few in there and get a nice consecutive story to start with. And that's just a fun cover there, isn't it? Moving on with a newer book. This is Thor, issue 29. This is the variant edition for Love and Thunder, obviously. But this is still in that run that started with Kate's. I believe he steps away from this run for a few issues, but still a really cool cover, and I expect to be a really great story inside. Okay, here is one of my favorite caps that I got from this. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it actually is signed. Sadly, no COA today, but I believe that is Ron Garney, who did the pencils, that has signed it there on the cover. So, still a great little piece to have for my personal collection. Alright, my last two here. This is Captain America and Falcon, issue number 203, War in an Alien Dimension. This is Alamo 2. I don't know much about the story that's going on here, but this just being an early Captain America, and I believe a newsstand there. I had to grab it. And lastly, Captain America and the Falcon, issue number 205. There's no way to fight this thing, and the city is doomed. Not having two issues really close together like that, I was excited to grab them. So, that is my comic haul, and as I mentioned already, my Elijah Craig was my bourbon of choice. So I believe I'm going to go enjoy these comics, enjoy this bourbon. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Please like, subscribe, watch the rest of my videos. Thank you.